Hot takes, great debates, highlights, basketball. According to Sham over with The Athletic, the Minnesota Timberwolves have plans on aggressively pursuing D'Angelo Russell of the Golden State Warriors before the trade deadline. And I've heard this before as well, and I think I've heard Russell say this. Karl-Anthony Towns and D'Angelo Russell are really good friends, and Russell has said before his career is over, he's going to play with Karl-Anthony Towns. D'Angelo Russell obviously understands, and I believe this, and I'm pretty sure he believes this, he's not the Warriors' long-term solution. They made the trade. Obviously, when you lose Kevin Durant, it made sense financially. You helped KD get to Brooklyn. You helped them get to Kyrie and all that. The Warriors got an all-star back in return. They were going to lose KD for nothing anyway. Why not bring in some cap? They weren't going to gain that cap. When you lose KD, the only way to bring in that cap is via trade. So they traded with the Nets to bring in an all-star. Russell was an all-star last year. That's the only way they could have not lost KD for nothing. So I get the Warriors why they did it. It was smart. But D'Angelo Russell's not going to be there next year when Klay Thompson and Steph Curry's back. The lineup doesn't make sense. And I've been watching D'Angelo Russell all season. And obviously I know they're shorthanded this year. They're not going to leave D'Angelo Russell out there with Steph and Klay. He shoots entirely too much. And defensively, you already got Steph out there. D'Angelo Russell ain't playing too much more defense either. So they got to make a move. They're not playing Klay Thompson at the 3 next year. It's not happening. And they got enough young guys, Damian Lees of the world, the Eric Pascals of the world. They got enough young guys, the Glenn Robinsons of the world. They got enough young guys. They don't need that could fill roles at a cheap rate. You don't need to pay D'Angelo Russell that type of money. So they're going to trade Russell. Now, what do the Warriors need? Okay, I'm looking at their team right now. They need a lot because they're awful right now. They need Steph Curry and Klay Thompson back, right? But let's just say hypothetically next year when you get Steph and Klay back, what do you need? They could use a 3-and-D guy. Obviously, it would be nice to have another Kevin Durant, but they don't make one. He's one of one. They don't make another one of those. So what could you use? Robert Covington of the T-Wolves is out there. They got a couple of other guys that could potentially be in a trade. I'm pretty sure Minnesota wouldn't give up on Jarrett Culver. But if I'm the Warriors, that's the only way I make that trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves right now. You got to be willing to give me Robert Covington and Jarrett Culver for D'Angelo Russell. Just because I got Steph Curry and Klay Thompson don't mean I'm going to do business with you. Karl-Anthony Towns is not the happiest. Just missed some time, finally came back. This dude was, a couple years ago, he was voted by the GMs as the guy that you most likely want to have on if you were starting a franchise. He's not making the playoffs. He's yet to make the playoffs. So I think he made it. I'm sorry, he made it once. Apologies. He did make it once, but they got their asses handed to them by the Rockets. He's not fulfilling his team expectations right now. He's great, but a lot of people are starting to look at Cat like, yo, do your stats really mean anything for this team? You got Wiggins, another former number 1 overall pick. Y'all can't get to the playoffs? Y'all can't get the 7 or 8 seed in the West? What's going on? So, with all that being said, if I know Cat needs something to make him happy and keep him motivated to be the greatest version of himself, if I'm the Warriors, I want Jarrett Culver out of Texas Tech. I gotta have him in any deal. If the T-Wolves don't want to give me that in the deal, we'll move on to someone else. We'll move on to somebody else. To make that work financially, I think you would have to put a couple other guys in the trade. I understand why the T-Wolves want to get it done. Russell and Cat want to be with each other. That's a match made in heaven. That's what they want. Cat could use a scorer of Russell's magnitude. They'll play off each other. It'll make sense. If I'm the Warriors, though, I'm not trading Russell right now unless I'm getting my hands on Culver. I got Russell in my back pocket, and I potentially got the number 1 pick. We will see what happens in the lottery. Obviously, the lottery has changed the percentages for the balls and everything like that. So just because you got a really bad record, which the Warriors do have, the second worst record in the NBA, doesn't mean that they're going to get the second pick or the first pick. They could fall down. We saw the Pelicans move up last year. They had the 13th best chance to get the number 1 pick. They ended up with the number 1 pick and drafted Zion. So we will see what happens in the lottery. But if I am the Warriors, unless I can get my hands on Jarrett Culver, obviously they'll give up Robert Covington, but unless I can get my hands on Jarrett Culver, I don't care how aggressive the T-Wolves are at the deadline. Andrew Wiggins ain't enough for me, bro. I want Culver. I want the scorer in Culver. That's what I want. I want to find a James Harden. I want that 6-man off the bench to go along with that potent offense. I don't want Wiggins. He's not what I need. He's Harrison Barnes like, but it's a reason why they moved off of Harrison Barnes. I'm just saying, if I'm the Warriors, if I know the T-Wolves need Russell, I'm going to make it as hard as it could be. That Russell trade will be available this summer. The T-Wolves ain't going nowhere anyway. Unless they're giving me Culver now, they just going to have to wait it out. You into sports, we got you. NFL news, I got you. NBA news, NBA highlights, NBA full coverage, feature stories, all that great stuff, I got you. We even got a little bit of Madden and 2K mixed in. Subscribe to this platform, and I got you. More quality content on the way. Subscribe.